Hi, my name is Min Kwana Kim. I am Korean. I was born in South Korea, in Seoul, and when I was around 3 or 4, I moved out to America in Illinois. And I've just been living in America and was raised in America. My parents, obviously, they were Korean. They taught me, well, not really taught me, but I've just been living with them. I've just been like instilled certain values and traditions, just like how like respecting elders. I always had to like greet them with like a good bow and everything, and just trying to speak to them in an overall respectful way, because they're in Korean. There's like a whole different way of speaking to them. You have to say it more politely. There's different ways you have to like address their names, and even like certain words you change if you're speaking to an elder. So I guess just being respectful to people around me, just being aware of myself and how I could affect others, kind of pretty important in my identity, I guess, growing up. How my culture, yeah, it is definitely based around respect, and I try to show that and kind of practice that whenever I'm interacting with others. Just like I said earlier, just Korean culture is heavily based on like respect and everything. Like there's almost like a social hierarchy, just almost based on your age, and like the older you are, like it shows that you have more experience and just more wisdom than other people, so you would show respect to that person. And it definitely translated through how I practice in my physical therapy as an aide, because I'm always mindful, and mostly everyone's older than me, so I'm always being mindful, respectful, speaking to them in a polite way. And I guess if there's another Korean patient in the clinic, I'm always like bowing to them when we first greet, and making sure I'm just overall just speaking to them in a respectful manner, kind of putting them in a position than I am, because that's just the kind of respect that I was taught to perform. And there's always been like patients who've always mentioned how nice I was and everything, just how considerate I was of them. So yeah, I guess that did translate pretty well. I guess just because I'm not the best at Korean, like I definitely need to improve in a lot of areas. When I try to help my therapist with like a subjective exam, it is kind of hard for me to like fluidly translate. I'm always going back and forth with like simple questions, so that does kind of roughen things out a bit. But from my experience, I've always seen the Korean patients that I've been working with just like happy to see that there's another Korean, even though I am bad, but there are certain things that we just understand with each other. So yeah, it is nice to see that. I guess one way I use like inclusive, kind of strategies for diverse patients, because the area that I used to work with, or still do actually, we see a lot of different cultures, and there's a lot of diversity in the area. So I'm always trying to be as communicative as possible, like making sure they're okay with this, because sometimes like they're not okay with like a man or touching them, and they want like a female therapist. So I'm always asking them certain kind of questions that way, like, oh, do you need more space? Do you need to like cover up? Do you want the kind of like the blinds over. So I always try to ask those kind of questions just to make them feel just safe overall. And I guess I try to grow in just like cultural competence, just like try to learn as much basic languages as I can, just like introductory hello, or just like I've been trying to learn Spanish for a while, but I've been trying to do that forever. But just like learning just very simple words, and I think that the patients really do appreciate it when they do see us or any kind of aid therapists like trying their best, trying to like speak their language. So that's what I do to try to grow. I guess I mean everyone has some sort of implicit biases. What kind of steps can I take? I guess I could be more aware and just educate myself, because obviously there's some nuances between cultures and ethnicities that I'm not aware of. So try not to assume anything or anything like that, and just always go to them first. There's no harm in double checking. So that's some steps that I would take to address my own implicit biases and make sure it doesn't kind of make anyone feel, I guess, just bad in general.